At 82, Helen moved in with her daughter's family, thinking it would bring them closer. Within 6 months, she felt like a burden. Her daughter was exhausted, and their once loving relationship was strained to the breaking point. 3 years later, Helen made a decision that saved their relationship and gave her back her dignity. What she discovered might surprise you, and it could change how you think about your later years. If you're over 80 or approaching it, you've probably had conversations about living arrangements. Maybe your children have suggested you move in with them. Maybe you've considered it yourself. It seems like the natural thing to do, right? But here's what decades of research and countless real-life stories reveal. Moving in with your adult children after 80 can actually harm both you and them in ways you never expected. Today, I'm sharing 5 critical reasons why maintaining your independence with proper support is often the healthier choice for everyone involved. Reason 1. You risk losing your identity and autonomy. Let's start with the most personal impact, your sense of self. When you move into your children's home, you're entering their space, their rules, their routines. Even with the best intentions, you become a guest in someone else's life. After spending 60, 70, or 80 years making your own decisions, when to eat, when to sleep, what to watch, how to spend your day, suddenly you're fitting into someone else's schedule. Want to stay up late reading? Their grandkids have school in the morning, prefer a quiet afternoon? The house is bustling with activity, like your meals a certain way. You're adapting to their cooking and timing. One 84-year-old man told me he felt like he'd regressed to childhood, asking permission to have friends over or adjust the thermostat. This isn't about ungrateful children. It's about the natural dynamics when you're living in someone else's home. Your autonomy is precious. It's tied directly to your dignity, mental health, and sense of purpose. Studies show that seniors who maintain independent living arrangements report significantly higher self-esteem and life satisfaction than those living with adult children, even when health conditions are similar. Reason 2. It strains family relationships. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Proximity can breed resentment, even in the most loving families. When Helen moved in with her daughter, they went from enjoying weekly lunches to navigating daily tensions over small things. Different standards of cleanliness, different communication styles, different expectations about privacy and involvement. Your adult children have their own marriages, parenting challenges, work stress, and routines. Adding another person, especially one who may need increasing care, creates pressure on everyone. Your daughter-in-law, who seemed welcoming at first, might feel overwhelmed 6 months in. Your son might feel caught between his spouse and his parent. And here's what many seniors don't anticipate. You start seeing sides of your children you never wanted to see. Their marital disagreements, their parenting frustrations, their financial stress. The idealized relationship you had when you lived separately can't survive the reality of shared walls and daily friction. Multiple studies confirm this. Adult children caring for live-in elderly parents experience higher rates of caregiver burnout, depression, and marital conflict. And elderly parents often report feeling like they're causing problems, leading to guilt, anxiety, and withdrawal. Reason 3. You become defined by your needs, not your worth. When you live independently with support services, people interact with you as a whole person. Your home health aide comes for specific tasks, then leaves. You maintain friendships, hobbies, and your own social identity. But when you live with your children, especially as your health needs increase, you gradually become defined by what you need rather than who you are. Conversations shift from, "How are you?" to, "Did you take your medication?" Your children start seeing you primarily through the lens of caregiving responsibilities. One 86-year-old woman shared this with me. "My daughter stopped asking about my opinions on things. She stopped telling me about her life. Every conversation became about my health, my safety, my needs. I went from being her mother to being her patient." This shift is subtle but profound. Your children may not even realize it's happening, but research shows that when adult children become primary caregivers for live-in parents, the parent-child dynamic often inverts in unhealthy ways. You deserve to be seen as a complete person with wisdom, interests, and value beyond your care needs. Reason 4. Better alternatives exist today. Here's the good news. Living independently after 80 doesn't mean living without support. Today's options are vastly better than even a decade ago. Senior apartments with services, Continuing care communities, home health aides, meal delivery, medical alert systems, and community programs mean you can age safely in your own space. You maintain your independence while having access to help when you need it. Many seniors thrive in age-friendly housing where they have neighbors their own age, activities designed for them, and professional support that doesn't burden family members. Your children can be your children again, visiting, enjoying time together, advocating for your care, rather than being exhausted caregivers. One 81-year-old moved from her son's house to a senior community and told me, "I have more friends now than I've had in years. My son and I actually enjoy our time together again because neither of us is resentful. He's not tired from taking care of me, and I'm not feeling guilty for needing help." Professional care providers are trained and compensated for what they do. Your family members aren't, and expecting them to provide round-the-clock care creates an unsustainable situation for everyone. Reason 5. You protect your legacy and their future. Finally, think about how you want to be remembered. Do you want your final years to be colored by guilt, dependence, and strained relationships? Or do you want to maintain dignity, mutual respect, and quality time with your family? When you live independently with appropriate support, your children remember the good times, their visits, your conversations, special moments, not the daily struggles of caregiving. You're protecting the relationship you've spent a lifetime building. You're also protecting their future. Caring for live-in elderly parents often forces adult children to sacrifice their careers, marriages, and even their own health. Studies show that adult children who provide intensive care to live-in parents have higher rates of depression, chronic health conditions, and financial strain. By choosing independence with professional support, you're giving your children permission to be loving, attentive family members without destroying their own well-being. That's not selfish. That's wisdom. That's love. I know this topic is sensitive and every family situation is unique. If you need significant medical care, different considerations apply. But if you're healthy enough to live independently with support, maintaining your own space after 80 may be the greatest gift you can give yourself and your children. You've earned your independence. You've raised your family. You've lived your life on your terms. Don't give that up unless it's absolutely necessary. What's your experience with this? Have you or someone you know faced this decision? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your perspective could help someone else navigate this crucial choice. If this video gave you something to think about, please subscribe to Seniors Health Insights and hit that notification bell. We're here to have the honest conversations about aging that matter most. Remember, choosing independence isn't rejecting your family. It's honoring yourself and preserving the relationships you cherish most.